It's Troy Forrest from Strategy Road. Come for a walk down the hill with me and we'll have a conversation, strategic conversation about feelings. Feelings. Not a topic normally found hanging out in discussions at the mahogany strategy table, right? Well, walk with me open-minded for just a moment. Has any great friend ever asked you, how are you going logically? How are you planning-wise? How are you doing from an execution or systematic perspective? Well, if they are asking you these questions, you probably need some better friends. Because if they really give a damn about you, or they want to signal that they do, and they really want to get to the heart of the reason for that look on your face, that gait you're adopting, or the tone of your voice, they ask, how are you feeling? Doesn't feel very scientific or rigorous, does it? But it's what we ask, and it's what we're most interested in. It's our way of plumbing to the base level of what's going on with someone, because we know that this most base of human characteristics, our feelings, influence our every decision in logical and illogical ways. I raise this with you here now with the greatest, highest paid strategic minds around this virtual boardroom table to propose an idea. That, while we spend majority time focused on the what, where, who, how and when of our strategic plans, on the focal points, the markets, the mechanics, the resources, architecture and enablement mechanisms, how often do we stop and divine to the deepest root cause of almost every decision and subsequent action we, our customers, our staff, our suppliers, our competitors and community take? How we actually feel, or how we want to feel, or how we don't want to feel. Feels a bit weird talking like this in a strategy session, right? I've got a feeling that's the opportunity. If you're brave enough to hold yourself in this slightly unusual thinking space for 5 minutes, consider 5 types of feelings I feel like you'll benefit from working through strategically. First, feeling safe. Your customers, as they're about to interact with your people, considering your offering for purchase, taking it home and unboxing it, picking up the phone to call you when something's not right. They want to feel safe in those moments, right? Not scared. How are you engineering for that? What strategically needs attention or creates a daylight chance for you to get a beat on the opposition when it comes to inspiring feelings of safety, security, and worry-freeness? How about from your staff's perspective? How about from an investor's perspective or a supplier's vantage point as they consider their future paths to market? How is picking you warming their cockles with a feeling of safety? Number 2, feeling like you belong. The brand, the team, the approach, the place and time, the sense of purpose. What tangible actions or structures or broadcast signals engender that feeling of belonging in the ones you want to belong? How well aligned are the things you do, how you're doing them, the things you're planning for, how you show your value and recognise people with the sort of characters, values and lifestyles of those you've let hitch their wagon to your enterprise. Consider the flip side. Is there anything going on right now that would give a desired customer, staff or partner pause for thought and make them feel like they don't belong? If you want them to feel hugged, like in crowd, then what needs to happen? Number 3, feeling understood. Do they feel like you get them? Like you've cared enough to try and ask, to consider, to figure it out, to think about it, plan, craft, deliver, and wrap around all the unsaid things you know they'll actually love? Feeling understood starts with a business that shows it cares enough and is interested enough to ask the right questions. Then it's in the framing and implementation and follow-up so that your beneficiaries, your clients, your community, your colleagues or collaborators feel like you've read their mind and heard them loud and clear and acted accordingly. Number 4, feeling confident, which kind of wraps up competent, enabled, empowered and trusting all in one. How ready and willing are they to go out and do for or with your branded value proposition what you wanted them to? Are they trained enough? Is the methodology and application clear enough? Are the jockey wheels and safe hands chasing their wobbly Melbourne Stars down the street for those first 50 metres visible enough in their peripheral vision that they've got no qualms about taking flight? What's inspiring a sense of cocksuredness in the ones you want engaged and acting? And are there any gaps in this feeling of confidence where they feel the opposite, scared? And why is that, and what we need to do to correct it? Finally, feeling valuable. That's more than feeling valued. They want that sense in the pit of their stomach that you view them like diamonds, like your life would be so much poorer were they not in it, that they are an asset, appreciated, appreciating in value. And how are you enabling that appreciation? Is it through bespoke attention and initiatives, in velvet glove treatment, in your investments in their well-being and growth, or in how you include them in critical strategic decisions for tomorrow? When they value me and they need me and I've got worth here, real meaningful worth, bubbles to the surface in the minds of your people, don't you feel like they'll want to stick around? These are just 5 feeling buckets. There's oodles more, and it's a worthwhile exercise to get a feel for the most strategically important feelings for your wagon right now. Practically, these feeling foundations should underpin your more mechanical conversations about your brand, your value proposition, your customers, your critical supply chain partners, and any other stakeholders to your success. As you work through each group in your discussions, you're thinking and talking and mapping the things you'll work to achieve in the months ahead, go back to the feeling ambitions you're striving for. Ask yourself what feelings might this cohort have right now and what feelings we want or need them to have to make the decisions we'd like them to make. Then ask yourself what you're going to have to design, plan or execute, more than tactically, bigger for the longer term, that will increasingly sustainably support those feelings in your desired crowds. You won't act on these thought prods if they don't feel right to you, right? Well, there's the proof you need to do so. Feelings, now board certified. Go feel your way forward. If you feel like you need or want a hand, sing out. troy@strategyroad.com.au. In workshop rooms, at socially responsible distances, on Zoom, or on the end of the phone. Whatever you feel is right for you. And thanks for descending Lonely Tree Hill with me. Rainbows everywhere.